Let me just start by saying how much I love the new Ahsoka show. Dave Filoni has perfectly captured what makes Star Wars, Star Wars, and I cannot wait to see what more he has in store for us. Now, one interesting aspect of the show, in my opinion, is how much we have seen of Jason Syndulla. I'll be honest, I assumed that he was going to have a very small role, maybe one scene, as an Easter egg for Rebels fans. This is not the case, though. Hera decided to bring her son along on her mission to help Ahsoka and Sabine. This is an example of a frequent occurrence in the Star Wars universe that I've never been able to wrap my head around. Why do the adults in this galaxy always seem to involve kids in war and combat? I mean, this is not some rare occurrence. I'm going to highlight some examples for you. Starting with Anakin Skywalker. When this poor child is rescued from the horrors of slavery at just 9 years old, he is taken to the safe haven of Coruscant and the Jedi Temple. Then, for some reason that completely defies all logic, Qui-Gon Jinn decides that it's a good idea to take this kid to a freaking war zone. Now, on this little field trip, Anakin finds himself in the cockpit of a starfighter, and before he knows it, he's engaged in a battle of life and death. Thankfully, he comes out all right, but honestly, what was Qui-Gon thinking? Just a few years later, the Jedi Order as a whole decided that sending kids into combat wasn't that big of a problem. Look at Ahsoka herself. She was only 14 years old when she was sent to fight in the Clone Wars. And not only was she sent to fight, but she was also supposed to lead and make life and death decisions with no experience. This was even a topic that was discussed the first time she met Rex. Ahsoka's youth certainly caused its share of problems, with one of her combat decisions nearly resulting in a number of casualties that would have included herself. Anakin brought up that he often forgot how young she really was when the Jedi Council wanted to know why she was so reckless. In one of the darkest moments of the Clone Wars, we even see former younglings being hunted for sport by Trandoshans, with some dying in the process. The Jedi had to know that these children were missing, but decided that finding and saving them was just not a priority. The Jedi would even send younglings on their quest to build a lightsaber, despite the fact that they would not be in a safe location. Ahsoka, still being young herself, was forced to defend a group of younglings from the Separatists, even going so far as to utilize their skills as a matter of pure necessity. Ahsoka was still a child when she was falsely accused of treason and expelled from the Jedi Order, with her being forced to find her own path. She was only 17 when she fought in the Siege of Mandalore and had to face the former Sith Lord, Darth Maul. On a side note, I would like to say that seeing a live-action version of young Ahsoka in the most recent episode was a very nice treat. The actress, Ariana Greenblatt, did a fantastic job of portraying the character. Not only did she do great in her interactions with Anakin, but she also nailed Ahsoka's fighting style, and I for one would love to see more of her in the future. Perhaps in more flashbacks, or even some live-action Clone Wars episodes. One can hope. Anyway, when talking about children in Star Wars, at least we never saw anything like the Republic creating an army out of 10-year-old kids that were genetically altered to age faster. Well, moving on. I really don't know what it is about so many characters being okay with bringing kids into combat. Taking a look at Hera, she knows that Thrawn could still be alive. She is certain that there are Force users who are more than willing to kill New Republic soldiers, and she is going to an unknown and possibly hostile location. Who in their right mind would bring a kid, let alone their own kid, into that situation? Now, you could argue that because Jason is force sensitive and Hera has her own experiences with being raised during war, that she doesn't see the issue. Still, I would think that one would think twice before putting their kid in harm's way. Hera doesn't even seem to consider whether or not she should bring Jason, and I have a feeling that she is going to come to regret this decision. So let me know, do you think that kids are put into too many dangerous situations in the Star Wars universe? Put your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With all that said, have a great rest of your day.